Welcome to G Street Fabrics Bernina Guide class. In this tutorial, we will show you how to set up your 5 series sewing machine. This includes the B590, B570QE, and the B535. All right, let's get started. Let's begin by turning on your machine. When it turns on, you will notice a calibration noise as your machine wakes up, like so. This is expected and is perfectly normal. Attach your foot pedal to its port located on the same side as the power switch. Now let's thread the sewing machine. We will be using the horizontal spool pin right here. There is also a secondary spool pin to the right and is used for twin needlework. We won't be using it for this tutorial, so we can push that back in. Now slide the foam pad into the horizontal spool pin. It'll cushion the spool and reduce any noise it creates. Then slide your thread spool in. And then your spool cap. We are ready to bring the thread to the left of the machine. Bring your thread under the hook at the back. This step is labeled number 1. Then, follow the path towards you through step 2 position, then down and back up from step 3 towards step 4. Now let's see that again. Down from step 2, then loop the thread under and up on step 3. Bring the thread back up towards step number 4, towards the take-up lever, and hook it into the coil. After that, bring the thread back down to the step 5 position, and bring the thread behind the wire from the right. Then guide the thread to the second wire below, right above the needle, entering from the left side. Now it's time to use the automatic needle threader. First step, lower the needle threader halfway down. Then wrap the thread and bring the thread towards you. Lower the automatic threader all the way, let it wrap around the needle, then guide across the 2 hooks aligned to the eye of the needle, and then slowly release. Over time, you'll get the hang of it and it'll be second nature to you. Pull the thread out of the eye of the needle and bring through and under the presser foot. Well done! Now let us show you how to use the bobbin threader located at the top of your sewing machine. Make sure the silver dotted side is face down when you attach it. Push it down firmly. Take your thread and bring it to the back hook of the machine, as you would during the first step of threading your needle, but instead, bring it down and guide the thread towards the pin located at the top of the machine. Follow the directions of the arrow. Loop the thread around it clockwise. Then bring the thread over to the empty bobbin. Wrap around the bobbin a few times, also clockwise. Then, when you're ready, click the bobbin winder threader lever. Push it to the left, towards the bobbin, and it should start winding. Once it's completely full, it'll automatically stop. Now that we've wound the bobbin, we can place it back into the machine. Let's start with opening the front door. To remove the bobbin case, press on the right side of this wire. So the bobbin case is released and you can take it out. Let's replace this empty bobbin with the one that we've just wound. Now, to assemble the bobbin case, take the bobbin, make sure the silver dotted side is facing into the bobbin case, like so. Bring your thread tail through the opening of the bobbin case and bring it all the way under the curved metal piece, then under the wire looper, and then pull the thread tail up to complete assembly. Let's return the bobbin case back into the machine. Make sure the wire on the bobbin case is horizontal. Push the center of the case in and make sure it clicks. You can trim the thread tail with the thread cutter on the right. Then, when you're ready, close the door. Let's walk you through the screen of your machine. As you turn on your machine, its default setting is on a straight stitch. Here, you have a row of icons on the left-hand side of your screen. The very first one at the top that says 5.25, that's the tension of your top thread. The default setting is always on a 5.25 for the B590 machine. The next icon down is the presser foot recognition. Click on the icon, then select the 1C presser foot. Once selected, it will have a green check mark indicated on the top of the presser foot button. Now, escape from this window using the X on the top right-hand corner side. Back to your home screen, it'll show you that you're using the 1C foot. The next icon down is the foot pressure. On the 590, the default setting is on a 70. The next icon down is the security program. In the security program, you just need to make sure that you have the correct needle type selected. In this case, it's a single needle. You also want to make sure that the correct stitch plate is selected. Here, we've selected the 9mm stitch plate. The next icon down is the feed dog up or down icon. When it's white, that means your feed dog is up. When it's yellow, it means that your feed dog is down. To activate or deactivate it, press the button on the right-hand side of your machine above the foot pedal port. We will cover more about this later. Lastly, the bottom icon is your bobbin sensor. It'll flash once your bobbin thread is running low. There are a few important buttons right above the needle. The main thing here is your speed control. For this tutorial, we'll set it somewhere in the middle for now. The green button activates sewing without the foot pedal. Then the one underneath is the presser foot up or down button. The third button down is the automatic thread cutter. Then the last button down is your reverse button. On the right-hand side of your screen are two major features, the two knobs right here. The top one controls the stitch width. If you move it from side to side, you'll see that it'll either widen or make your stitches narrow. If you'd like to revert back to its default setting, simply click on the yellow box and you'll notice that it'll change back to its original setting. The bottom knob controls the stitch length. Turn on either side to change the length. Again, if you'd like to return back to its default setting, click on the yellow box and it'll pop back to 2.5. The arrows below the knobs control the needle position. In the B590, you have 5 needle positions to the left and 5 needle positions to the right. If you touch Clear or CLR, it'll bring the needle back to its default center position. Alrighty, let's start sewing. Slide your tray table in and push to click into place. Take your fabric and place underneath the presser foot. Lower the presser foot using the green button to hold your fabric, and use the guides as necessary marked on the stitch plate and all the way down the tray table. Press and hold the green button down to start sewing. And to stop, you can use the pattern end button above the speed control. And there you have it, your first stitch. Thanks for watching this tutorial. We hope that you've learned more about your sewing machine. We only wish that you'll enjoy it. Watch out for our next Bernina guide class where we'll teach you how to combine stitches on your Bernina and more. Till next time from G Street Fabrics, happy sewing!